The smile you see on my face has nothing to do with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but hey, I'm just excited that club football is back. Yes, we get to watch scintillating games, not even forgetting the UEFA Champions League. But for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, it's done. Some persons will tell you it's not dusted, that miraculously we could still make the FIFA World Cup. I tell them, if you like, climb Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount Everest, you will still not make it to the next World Cup, because other teams who had prepared better have already sealed the ticket, while others have it done almost say 90%. Welcome to Premium Sport right here on PBO TV. I'm the amazing Kingsley Akwan. I've got my super guys right here in the building with me. Boluwati Tunisela Omoni is here. Josh Ikeokoli is also right here. We'll do a short break, and then when we come back, it's going to be another special show like we did last time out. We'll talk about the Super Eagles. Yes, we have to do a post-mortem of that debacle that we called World Cup qualifiers. So look at that, and then we'll snap out of it and talk about games this weekend. Well, Derby d'Italia and also the Manchester Derby. Not forgetting, the UEFA Champions League is back. All of that and more after the break. Welcome back, guys. Yes, Premium Sport right here on PBO TV. Yours truly, the amazing Kingsley. Josh Ishebolu is here. I hope that we can tame maybe the venom and the anger in the body of the guys, because it's sad. It's very disheartening that the Super Eagles of Nigeria will not be at the next World Cup. I don't see us being at that World Cup. I think Eric Chell is toying with our emotions, coming out to say that it's not yet over and all of that. Absolute nonsense. I feel that by now he ought to have been sacked. I feel that by now they ought to have even disbanded the team. They say, oh, we have to wait till next year elections. If the presidency step in, with this same country, we've had a state of emergency in Rivers United, Port Harcourt, Rivers State. So why not also have a state of emergency in our football? By now they ought to have cleared everybody. That's how I feel. I just have to let that out before I allow the guys talk. That's how I feel, because they've really disappointed us, and just start afresh ahead of the AFCON. Bodu won't be at the World Cup. It's sad.
Where do I start from? How many years do I have?
You have eternity.
I don't think Josh will be able to talk today.
No. I have to talk because
Kissy mentioned something about miracle earlier. Miracle don't retire Jesus, yes, we know, but mathematically Nigeria can still qualify.
mathematically Nigeria cannot say how.
No, if they win the
Next two games, they become 17.
4-0, and South Africa lose their 2 games. Nigeria.
Okay, what about Benin Republic?
Benin Republic is among their next 2 games, so it means beating Benin.
So if Benin win 1 game, what happens?
If we beat them, we'll be better than them on head-to-head and goals difference.
Better than
Benin and South Africa.
if we beat Benin Republic 4-0.
Yeah. That's why I say mathematically.
But then with South Africa.
Josh, now mathematically
It's not even still possible.
I mean, South Africa has to lose their next 2.
Even that math is not
That's
possible.
mathematically.
Rwanda is still also in the
Rwanda is out of the equation.
Rwanda is same point with us
They
now.
are not in the side equation. So now, sensically, logically, realistically, we are not going anywhere.
Even mathematically, if I put that,
if South Africa doesn't need to lose to win 2,
because they will not
like to
lose
win. That's why it is mathematically. We can still go, but anyone still hoping, including me, most of the things I've heard, I don't even know who to blame. I don't know where to start. People are saying Chell didn't start it. I said, wait, Chell is also part of the problem. The 2 teams that Chell failed to beat, those other guys did not beat them too.
Yes.
The 2 teams Chell won against, those other guys didn't play. So it means we can say any of those guys could have beaten Rwanda home and away, because they are the only ones Chell defeated. We didn't beat Zimbabwe in their first 2 games, in our first 4. Chell didn't beat Zimbabwe.
Chell didn't beat Zimbabwe.
We didn't beat South Africa in our first 4 games. Chell didn't beat Zimbabwe. So I've heard people in chat. The reason he got the job was to assert the first 4. Nigeria could have qualified for the World Cup. If you had won against Zimbabwe, instead of being 6 points behind South Africa, it would have been 4. If you had won against South Africa, it would have been 1 point behind South Africa. Then, to agree with Josh, you can now start talking about mathematically. Maybe
and if they get to dock them the
3 points, then we go above them. Now, if you are still believing in mathematics, and even physics cannot help in this period. It means South Africa's 2 games, the 2 will be played in South Africa.
See,
They will not lose too much. They don't need 1 point to put Nigeria out of the equation.
even if South Africa gets that 3 point deduction, it's Benin Republic that will
It's
go,
Benin
not us.
Republic that will go.
And the Benin Republic going safe. It now depends on goal difference because South Africa beat Benin home and away.
Josh, who do us that? Because
South Africa, who dig this pit for
so
us?
now we dig and now we fall inside ourselves. Let's look at what Germany did some years ago. When they were poor at the World Cup, they disbanded their entire youth system.
I think it was poor at the Euros in 2000. Poor at the Euros.
At 2 World Cup.
Then they hustled. Then they just hustled to 2004. They also did poorly at Euros again. And then they started afresh.
And that
now it has
got them to the final of
got them to semifinals. Semifinals of all semifinals of all the competitions from 2006 to 2016. In fact, till 2017 Confederations Cup that they won. It was not until the 2018 World Cup that they were shockingly eliminated.
England. So England have the best squad, but their youth, they were not great.
They were
aging, nothing. Then they started from age 0 to age 8.
In fact, they started before the debacle of 2014 and then the 2016.
They started before.
They started
around 2010 or thereabout. So if you are between the ages of, I think, 4 to 8, you are allowed in that academy. This one was intentional. When those guys were graduating, England won under 17 Europe and World under 20
the same year.
Till their national teams are hit.
Their women, look at their women.
Even women now, they won back-to-back Euros.
Back-to-back Euros, getting to final of the World Cup.
Should we talk about France? After today's generation, France became ordinary. They intentionally started a system that they grew with. Oh, okay, yes, they have plan for everything. Let's come to Africa. Morocco.
Senegal.
South Africa.
Both Morocco and South Africa have done for men and women.
South Africa was so bad that they even invested so much in their league that if you still look at talent, they don't get talent. Remember this old phrase? They pack 11 loggerheads together.
Shebi France has
as a team, they will defeat a squad of great players.
Shebi France has Clairefontaine. Morocco has their own. Senegal has their own. Shebi there was a time that Senegal won the AFCON, big soccer AFCON, under 17 AFCON, under 20 AFCON. They want everything. It's only women that they have not enriched. See,
Senegal, they were 2-0 down.
2-0 down against DR Congo. What happened in the first leg in Dakar? They played a draw against DR Congo. In Dakar, they went to DR Congo. In fact, if the game ended in draw, DR Congo would be number 1.
No, if the game ended in draw, we would have hailed them.
DR Congo came from 2 goals down.
Then they ended up with that and intentional thing. And this is where, okay, let's portion the blame step by step. Let me start with NHL. You took a job that was difficult. Yes, you know it was difficult. But every time, you're always blaming the players. Remember from Chan to this one. Now he's trying, she's taking his head. Oh, bros, you have to take. You have to,
yes.
When I saw that lineup, I was scared. I wasn't worried because I knew we were not going to the World Cup since. When some person was saying even after the 4-game week, I knew we were not going. So the loss didn't come. Okay, not loss. The result didn't come as a surprise to me, but I expected it. But now trying to play politicking around it and say, nah, Chel, you have a portion of the blame. But his portion should be a bit minimal. His portion should be minimal. To Judge,
yes.
Then Chel, then to the players.
They should have a high portion.
The level of indiscipline, the lackadaisical play on the field of play, they can't move. They can't.
How? Because you have beef with Finidi George, you cannot win Zimbabwe and Lesotho.
Who told you that they had beef with Finidi?
No. If that's what they want to say.
I've had conversations
with people
they will confess,
who have said they've said no, that all these things
they
are
will not
just.
tell you.
See, Nigeria should
set off Finidi George.
Nigeria should not be playing draw against Zimbabwe, against Lesotho, against Rwanda, home and away.
Let me ask you guys. Wait, we're coming. Let me ask you guys. When you say you have a beef with Finidi George, when you say the players have a beef with Finidi George, none of the footballers right now in Nigeria
achieve Finidi George. None.
Both
not even Osimhen.
In the back home.
Well, some of them will say that
club-wide.
Some of them will say that not money. Some of them will say that they won the African Football of the Year, while Finidi did not win the African Football of the Year.
Finidi was the best number 7 in the world. No Nigerian has done it.
Some would say Osimhen said that he was top 10. He wasn't in the Ballon d'Or of FIFA the best. Osimhen can say that Finidi George.
Finidi was the best
player in his position.
Best player in the position in the world. No Nigerian.
Osimhen has never been the best player in his position.
Finidi did not get top 10 in the world.
Because then Ballon d'Or.
In fact, Ballon d'Or was for Europeans.
Kanu was top 6,
It
96.
was Ballon d'Or for European.
Kanu was top 6, 96. So
Kanu
has
Finidi has won the Champions League. Has Osimhen done that?
None of them has.
Finidi has won. He has won
UEFA Cup, won La Liga, but one will say I scored a hat trick in the
player has
League.
got in this squad.
I'm not defending.
You are trying to
rubbish.
The Super Eagles got to top 5 in the world.
That top 5 in the world, there's a debate of that because FIFA just gave all the champions of Africa, of the world at that point in time.
How come
at that point in time?
No, in 94.
In 94.
We were the best team in Africa. We won the AFCON.
Yes, we were the best team in Africa.
We won the AFCON.
But if Zambia had won the AFCON, they would have been number 5.
Exactly.
Even though we are better than Zambia.
If my uncle had boobs, he would win.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we won the AFCON.
See, I'm not trying to...
See, Josh, for you to know how good the 94 sets were, if not for concentration labs, Sunday Oliseh, you know, was the one who did not even cover. If that had happened and we had beaten Italy, we were going straight to the finals. I'll tell you why. Italy played Spain in the quarterfinal.
They beat Spain.
And you look at that Spanish team.
And then they also beat Bulgaria.
And then they now beat Bulgaria. They even struggled to beat Bulgaria in the semi-final. That we defeated 3-0 conveniently in the group stage, which means that playing them again, there's every tendency that...
I'm still going to disagree that football is not necessarily just like that.
No, But I'm saying that we would have had a chance.
We'd have had a chance.
Yes, we'd have had a chance.
Similar scenario to 98 as well. We didn't learn.
Yeah.
You are looking at quarterfinal. You omitted the game in between.
Brazil
is our target.
And then that is where the problem lies. The problem, in as much as yes, Eric Shell, he has Zakpako. Finidi, the players have their... The biggest bulk of the blame is with the federation because time and time again, they fail to learn. You had a Wester Hoff that did not qualify for 1990. He rebuilt the team and we got to our peak prime Super Eagles. And then what happened?
You know, if NFA were in charge that period, probably wouldn't West Ham succeed. You know, West Ham bypassed everyone
because of the presidential.
Yes, he was dealing with AIG. What's his name?
And they were I think MK was also back.
Yeah, he was dealing with like the air commander. I've forgotten his name. Michael Miru or so. I think so. I think that's the person I was dealing with directly. Presidency. That's who West Ham was dealing with. Now, do we have that kind of access? You don't need access today.
The same thing happened with Shoaib Amadou.
He was always bailing us out.
Let's also now leave Shoaib Amadou and bailing us out. Stephen Keshi won the AFCON, qualified us to the World Cup without calculator.
After the World Cup,
without calculator. The problem started because they were because of the infighting. So the bulk. We can even now I know you people will criticize me for saying Genotro, but Genotro brought us from that confusion of Keshi and stabilized the ship.
I agree.
So if you stabilize the ship, if you're going to get a Genotro, get a Haverena to replace him. No, if you can't get a Haverena to replace him, stay with him because what Genotro did, we were not using calculators.
We had I'm a part of the team of Genotro were declined on that road, no doubt. But
did we decline on that? Because what he meant us with
5 of his last few results were bad.
We are still qualifying.
Why? At home to Cape, losing at home
beating
but
still beat them back.
Losing
to Guinea-Bissau, you still beat them back.
But those results were the problems. But we had chances to have sacked him. After AFCON, we didn't. After
2019.
After the World Cup, we didn't. Then we had like 4 weeks to AFCON. That's when we decided. It means his sack was not sport. It was political.
Regardless of it.
People were saying, Josh,
where was Super Eagles before Genotro? We did not go to 2 consecutive AFCONs.
Before Keshi. We still pursue Keshi.
So my annoyance is once you have...
How many years did the former Uruguay manager stay with them till they were hitting semi-final of the World Cup? I think it was
lots of years.
Almost 20 years. Sometimes you have to have
a plan, be
intentional. When people were saying, we have AFCON, we cannot sack Chel. I said, what's wrong with you? We sacked Genero a few weeks ago at the Nations Cup. You are saying we can't sack months to AFCON. No, we
sacked Amadou months to
Amadou closer.
I'm brought Lager back.
This close one. Unfortunately, everything turned. Even we sacked him for what's his name in 2002. Onigbide.
There's
no better time to sack him.
I can believe that due to the fact that the NFF did Shuaib Amodu bad.
Maybe not the
What? You see, it is.
Okay.
No, we need to back
Okay, okay. Now, these guys.
Jericho-
Wait, no.
Jericho himself also said that- See, the
You
late
guys should
Jericho
calm down. You
said
guys should
that
calm
he
down.
swear
You guys-
for-
You guys should calm down.
The statement.
Jericho
guys should
said
Singly
it.
now, Cyril.
Cyril,
Yes.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there. You guys should not. Let's not go spiritual. Let's not go metaphysical and say
Cause they are
somebody-
wanting to-
Jericho
No,
talk
no,
am now.
no.
Jericho,
Africa.
see the late Jericho. I was at his wedding. I was at his burial. God rest his soul at Palm Grove. Jericho said that he swear for the Super Eagles.
it's not. It's not.
Wait,
said
excuse me, what did they do Benfica?
No, it's not.
Benfica played in 4 or 5 European
It
finals.
doesn't
because
matter.
they-
It doesn't matter.
100 years never reach. Benfica 100 years never reach.
Okay, what
Why the 100 years
You
reach?
chill. You guys
The
should chill.
Chicago Cubs, because of the Billy Goats, there's the guy where they kill the Billy Goats. The Billy Goat, they kill the Billy Goats. Baba don't die. Chicago Cubs did not win the World
You
Series
should
for
chill.
108 years.
You people should chill.
Mm.
If today from the presidency we fix sports leadership, we fix the leadership of the
Because
Nigerian
top leadership.
Football Federation. If we fix it today, I tell you guys that it's not a miracle. It's just a plug and play.
It's like-
Because we are
You will see-
recycling the same people.
You will see
We will keep recycling.
loads of
recycling the
changes.
same
The first
people.
step for me is change that constitution of their election. Only the chairman or former chairman, whatever community, have about 60 or 70% in their voting. It means referees, association, ex-players, and others have the maybe 40%. How will ex-chairman not win the election?
Like
But
it
if
is
everything is balanced, I can't remember how many teams, but let's
Yes.
say there are 5. If you portion 20% to everybody, election can be, but I think Josh is a former referee, and I believe he's the best. But if ex-players, referees, and say all of them vote for one person, you just need all the chairman to vote for their colleague.
So someone said something that someone who has worked with the NFF before, he said that the leadership of the NFF cannot leave because the constitutionally they have to stay till next year, that it's when they have another election. So it just feels that when it's next year, that when it's next year, all of them should just
he should
resign.
disband
Now, what he said,
yes, let them ban us.
this is what will lead me to
Should be the ban FIFA.
this is what will lead me to that release from the NFF, and then the denial from the general secretary. Now, what he said was that what should be done is this: throw open key positions in the NFF. Throw it open. Throw it open to people to come and apply. For instance, the technical.
Technical director.
Yes.
Why is it?
It's
It's still him.
Yeah.
It is still him.
The finance, communication. I think he said, yeah. So he mentioned a few. He said throw it open. So have seasoned professionals come in, and you sign a deal with them. This is your KPI. If you meet this KPI, we can renew after this cycle of maybe 3 years or 4 years. If you don't meet it, we bring in another person. That when I see reasons with that when you make it competitive, that you are going for the best. Imagine that.
Imagine. Remember, me and you were on a show one time, and we were talking there when they go team against Ghana. They were always say, because he had a technical director job. But if, like you are saying now, that there's a contract,
Because if you
qualify for World Cup, there's no technical director job. Believe me, you probably sweat blood.
Because if you're sacking Genotron, the manager, the technical director too should be sacked.
So the question I've been asking is this: who were those that sat down and put us in this conundrum, from Janet Raw to Iguavon, and then we went to what's his name, Pesero. After Pesero, Finidi to Iguavon. Now to
back
I said,
to Shell.
who were those who sat down
Why is Iguavon still
to put Nigeria in this situation?
Why is Iguavon still there?
Before we say Eric Chell must go, you see those consortium, the people who took those decisions should be fired,
Iguavon,
because they are the ones that have put Nigerians in this
When
precarious
they will
situation.
they will still be there.
Yes, and then they will still take us back to this circle and make silly decisions that will still put Nigeria in a very precarious situation. Yeah, well, I want us to end with the media part because this is our work.
I don't know what I can't do that rubbish.
It's actually our job. This is the media. This is what we do. So we'll end with that. I actually wanted us to look at how. Let's look at names. If we say sack Eric Chell today, let's say we want to start from there because we know quite well that when it comes to our federation and the way we run things administratively in this country, we always look for scapegoats. So if we say, let's make Eric Chell the scapegoat, give me, who is the man out there? Do we go back to Iguavon? Yeah, because it looks like...
When I gave up on Iguavon, so when Iguavon said he wanted to do a course at NIS,
you gave up on
Iguavon should be
Iguavon.
lecturing in NIS.
I gave up on Iguavon in 2012, but I even made a mistake. I should have given up on him in 2003. In 2003.
So you see,
because Iguavon has never done well with all the jobs.
Please, he has 2 records at AFCON.
Yeah.
At AFCON.
Now,
In the group stage.
Yeah, that's my point. That who do we go back to? Do we go back to Iguavon? I noticed something. I don't know if
or go back to Siasia.
Yeah, I don't know if because I noticed that
I didn't know that
this
we needed
no.
and we paid for
No,
draw.
people can correct their mistakes. I noticed that this particular window, Siasia was a bit more in the media, talking about tactics, how Richel ought to play, how the right side of our attack
now
was
waiting
non-effective.
Sunday, use
I
minors.
think people mistake Siasia's under 23.
Another
Super
20 with
Eagles.
Super Eagles.
Siasa didn't do anything for the Super
For the Super Eagles.
People are
Shebi
mistaking
he
it
took
because-
the job
No,
too.
hold on. Let's not
Mixed
Now,
things.
I always hear this conversation when people jump
Okay.
on it.
Okay.
And I witnessed Siasia's Eagles
Okay.
in 2015. We didn't qualify for the AFCON.
AFCON, yes. But
Our
it was
second-
not, it was technically not his fault.
God bless you.
though.
That's
No,
where
that
I'm
was
going
started
to.
before.
Yeah.
Now, I was at the stadium when we played Egypt. Salah scored the equalizer, and that was what knocked us out of qualification. Siasia didn't start the qualifiers. I don't think. Now, I want to bring Siasia. I want to bring Siasia and Amunike into this
Siasia has
conversation.
never really started
Now,
qualifiers.
Emmanuel Amunike.
That's the man I've
A lot of people say.
was very active.
A lot of people say
Well,
he
exactly.
also did not do well for the national team because he was
He did quote national team,
Iguavon's
was underage.
assistant. No, he was Iguavon's assistant when we failed to beat Ghana at the playoffs to the World Cup, and then they blacklisted. The people have in their mind blacklisted Siasia and Amunike. But
And I mean,
we
things
can
like-
always go back to Iguavon. We're always going back to Iguavon
But that
because
was the assistant.
No, how can Siasia and Amunike be blacklisted while Iguavon is
that's what I'm saying. So that because I've tried to think
They are
about it.
blacklisting an assistant.
Iguavon is the
We are
only
allowing
person,
the coach
yeah,
to
that
do
we've given this job to
time and time,
to always handle it.
and
And
he always
at no
disgraces
point
us.
have we said why did a lot of people say Siasia did not do well because of that AFCON qualifiers, and then you just see some silly persons, even our colleagues who just
Saying
come out
Sunday
and say
and
Siasia
Sunday
is not
even
good
started.
and all of that. Emmanuel Amunike's zone. I've heard people even in this same media say, oh, that Amunike was part of those that caused unrest in the Super Eagles camp prior to that the World Cup qualifiers. Asked me why they said they caused unrest. They said because he was always trying to instill discipline in the team, in the camp. He was always trying to make the players see reasons why this match is important.
You have to come to camp early.
You get? So now that's why they do not want an.
How is that a problem?
That's our country.
Indiscipline is a norm.
No, how is it a problem
Josh,
that I am telling
Josh,
you to
indiscipline
come
is a
early
norm.
and you're changing it for me?
Indiscipline is a norm.
Do you know how many
Discipline
times-
will be a problem.
Do you know how many times I've asked people, those are the leadership position, that why don't our players come to camp? Is it
They will
in
give
discipline?
you every
And then they'll tell me that
excuse.
the players are professional. They always have a reason not to come to camp. They have this, they have that. Emmanuel Amunike looks like someone that will not
You know,
take
go-
that.
Yes.
You know, go-
So that's why they said he is part of those that caused this
See,
and
I
caused that.
see.
the same people keep
Christ.
tell them that because Chelsea because of Ogumodede and Fidelis, that's why you have problem with them.
They'll tell
They
you
will
no.
remind you they are the assistant, they are not the head coach.
So I'm asking now, guys, let's do that here right now in front of the cameras. But because after this show, this episode, this edition.
We'll meet in October.
I don't think we'll talk about Super Eagles again till the next international break because we have quite a lot to discuss.
Even the next international break, should we even talk about?
Do you understand? We might even blacklist them
about
from
them.
the show because it doesn't make any sense.
Maybe they have come.
Yeah, maybe the AFCON. I agree. I agree with Josh. They shouldn't disturb us. They shouldn't stress us. Then we'll talk about them.
cannot qualify.
Then we'll not talk about them.
See, the only way Nigeria can qualify is if South Africa and Benin Republic do something so heinous that they both get disqualified.
Okay, good.
That's the only way.
Maybe, just maybe. So now,
Denmark 92.
let's pick names. Sack Eric Chell. Sacking Eric Chell now. And we have the AFCON. Give me the name of that coach that you think hand over the Super Eagles to this coach and let's start a rebuilding process because we actually need to rebuild. Who will not? Because they'll tell you when it comes to the local coaches, we don't have money. I've noticed that with the Nigerian Football Federation, and you wonder.
So let's not talk of a Harvey Renard.
Yes. No, when it comes to
they will pay Renard if they call Renard.
They can't still pay
Harvey Renard
because now Saudi Arabia don't the team.
You know why?
Harvey Renard has at that time, even after Saudi Arabia was, I think around.
He went to France national team.
Yes.
He went to France women's national team.
It was around 200.
Then he came back to Saudi Arabia.
George, you know how much our budget was for this last 2
We
years?
can't
According to NSC, 5 billion for the 4.
We cannot pay Harvey Renard.
How much did we give to the ladies, each person when they won the AFCON?
150,000.
No, $100,000.
So $100,000.
I mean
So you say we
$100,000.
can't pay Renard?
But I've
Now-
not paid them audio.
No, they've not paid. I know. Now I'm saying
And the Tigress.
Eric Chell is being paid 50,000.
Okay.
50,000 US dollars.
Per month.
Pesero was paid
And Tigress too.
70.
Adam, 100,000.
Pesero was paid 70. And then it was towards the AFCON that they now said he has to take a pay cut. I think he took 50 or 55 or thereabouts. And then after the AFCON, they now said, yeah, come and stay. He said, no, I want to collect 150.
Yes.
That's why we said, oh yeah, go.
They
And
go,
then
yeah.
now, my point is, when it comes to
Pay Renard 150
Nigerian
KPI.
coach,
Okay.
they won't
It's too much.
pay
They will not even pay you in dollars.
50,000. They will say we want to
They'll
pay
tell
you in
you 10
naira
million
and say
or
take
something.
10 or 20. Let's say 20 million should be how much in dollars?
It's roughly around 10,000.
$10,000. So let's say
10,000.
we would
10,000.
rather pay Nigerian coach $10,000.
Okay.
Why we pay Eric Chell 50,000? And I can mention here on this show 5 Nigerian coaches that are tactically better than Eric Chell.
Oh, definitely.
But we pay Eric Chell 50. Now let's put it at that bracket, $10,000. We know almost all our coaches will collect $10,000
Yes.
because they want to work for the team.
Yes.
Give me the names of just 3. Give me the names of 3, and then we'll wrap up.
Or don't you even start for what the solution is first? Okay, well, you mentioned starting afresh, but that's what the problem is. We are not ready to start afresh.
Yes.
We have to be. Now we are out of the. If I was the one in charge, I'll tell you we are out of the World Cup.
We are.
So
There's
let's-
no
So
need
we
to-
are out. All these talks that
Josh,
some of them have
what
been
you still
saying.
hoping for? You still backing
I
it?
think he's just being political. He knows the truth.
My first name has always and will still be Amunike.
Emmanuel Amonike.
That's always been my first name. Yes, he coached underage.
There's the agenda that he relegated
He
Heartland, and
Heartland.
you just look at it
But
and
we
smile.
know
After that,
that.
we're never supposed to be
No,
the
no. Heartland's relegation is due to the whole. You can even look at.
Just
You can look at everything.
before they use money.
El Kanemi Warriors played 15 minutes extra in Maiduguri,
Yep,
and we know what
And
happened.
they got the goal later.
And they got the goal later on.
25
So, Amunike at Heartland, he really did a great job with what was given to him.
Is he still there?
I
I
think
think
it's still there.
Okay,
I think it's
okay,
still
so
there.
Amunike.
is one. What's this guy's name? That won NPF. That won the league in the first Nigerian African to lead the team. Something Eno or something.
Ndubisi Egbo.
Yeah,
Ndubisi
Egbo.
Egbo.
Give him a
Yes.
shot.
Yes.
And just that this one will likely never happen again. I will give Finidi George a shot.
No, that's the fact. That's
Finidi
not the
George.
fact.
Okay.
Finidi,
When people say it lacks football
Amunike.
knowledge, I think this guy won the league in the NPF.
yes.
Ndubisi Ego, Finidi George.
I would have given Amunike in 20 after Genotron.
Yeah, that
But
was the best chance.
now, Finidi has a bigger shot. Forget what
Was
happened.
this close to winning the NPFL? last
Yes. Finidi has a better shot because of how consistent he has been in the MPFL with Nigerian
season? I
players.
didn't mention. I'll probably give
Um,
you guys to Daniel as a head coach.
Daniel Ogumodede
Ogumodede.
as well with what he
I've
has
seen
done
his Remo
with
Stars
Remo
play.
Stars.
I'll give that guy a shot.
Ndubisi Egbo should be number 1 because he's a
And I think
Nigerian.
from reports he
He has
applied.
done, yes, he applied. He applied. You probably would say Michael Nsien, but he might not collect that amount of money.
So, yeah.
You probably might say Michael Nsien, but he might not collect that amount of money. But if it's someone that should be number 1, it shouldn't be Segbo because he's won. You could say Albanian League. Which of these ones have won Albanian
Which
league.
has won Nigeria?
At least Betty Vogt, that did poorly with Super Eagles, he won the Euros as the coach of German national team. So
Lagerbäck
you
was
can
brilliant with
Lagerbäck was brilliant with Sweden,
And
then
Sweden,
Iceland.
Mhm.
So you can even say, okay, these people, it just didn't work for them in Nigeria. But amongst all our Nigerian coaches, Undubisebo has the best CV. He has won the Albanian League and he has played for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So if you're looking for an ex-international that you want to now disqualify Michael Essien, that you say maybe he didn't grow up here, Undubisebo, he should be number one. Finidi, you could also finger him for the case of the 2 games that he drew. Amunike, you could say that
He lost to Benin.
Amuneke, you could say that he has not really done anything much in recent time. But that was the mistake we made. He should have been the one to replace Genotro after the AFCON. I would still say keep him after the World Cup. But after the World Cup, after AFCON 2019, if you're going to sack Genotro,
that was the best.
that was the time Amuneke
After
should have
World Cup in
replaced
Russia,
him.
that was first choice.
I would have understood World Cup.
No, World Cup
I
is
understood
my
World
own
Cup.
take for World Cup is we only sack every Nigerian coach after World Cup.
I would have understood
Don't pass
World
group
Cup.
stage. So this white guy here, sack him then. Then AFCON came, we play. I thought the same thing.
I don't understand World Cup.
Coaching decision. You had the chance to sack him then. Amunike, especially after it was hot from Tanzania
Yes,
and
he
everything.
was hot. That was when he was hot. But now I
We are not ready.
think I
People
think
like
Amuneke's ship has sailed.
Amunike will not even agree.
Because
The last time she come and become
for Amuneke to become the coach,
They have to grow again.
he has to try to do something of note per se.
I don't think he has to.
It's
I just think
it's
that-
the world that we are
And
in.
remember,
It's the result of
Southgate
the world that we are
failed
in.
woefully with Middlesbrough. He's England's best manager since 1960.
So
Yes.
you know Amunike has I think he has a deal FIFA technical committee also. So for someone at that level, you want him to come and coach the national team, and then he will give you terms and conditions. I think one part of the reasons why we might not see an Emmanuel Amunike or maybe Ndubisi or even Sen is they will give the NFF terms and conditions.
NFF waited Sven Eriksson to collect half
You
of
get
half of
that
the
this is how I want to work. This is what I want to do. Maybe I need to have a code of conduct. If I call for camp on Sunday, if players don't arrive by Monday morning or afternoon, you understand? So people like that will do that, and you now think
I
of
think
it.
that may fail at the beginning.
Yes.
But stick with the man.
But we are in the dogs
it
already.
won't-
We are
Imagine
in
if
the
Amunike
trenches.
says Osimhen won't disrespect Amunike
No, he
because
won't.
his career is
Yeah,
linked to Amunike.
yeah,
Yes.
he won't.
So imagine maybe Osimhen now comes late. He didn't tell the coach. He tells you I'm not playing. You will sit up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this guy can do this to Osimhen and Ademola Lookman.
And
Ademola Lookman, I don't think Ademola
No,
Lookman.
it's not that friend.
discipline
Imagine
issues.
he does it to some stars.
and it doesn't matter if we win or
If you
not.
win or lose,
Yes.
it's still the coach.
Instill
Leave
that
him.
discipline.
Leave him.
So when you do that, I think these coaches, you've mentioned the right names. I don't think I have any other name to add to. But I don't just think that for now, a Daniel Ogumodede or a Fidelis Idechukwu is ready to lead the national team.
I wouldn't.
I don't
want
think
to
so.
do this today.
And
Yeah, I like what they
I
do with
also-
Chan until they
maybe
next step up.
Yeah.
Ogumodede.
I
Yeah,
feel
think Ogumodede-
I feel that they should have.
I think
Gone
Fidelis
to Chan.
flexes a bit too much.
I think they should have gone to the CHAN tournament.
And
And
remember, he schooled in Portugal.
Yeah.
Yes.
When Remo came back, he was sent to Portugal,
Portugal.
Yeah.
to learn. So
Yeah.
he is exposed a bit to the foreign style.
yeah,
And if you watch Remo stars play sincerely, at least that last season they won the league. They played the best.
I actually
They are
think
top of
they
the
should.
table.
These
They're
two
top of
guys,
the table.
these two guys should have led the Super Eagles to CHAN. Same reason I'm saying, whosoever told Eric Chell to lead that CHAN team ought to be fired, because that decision was the most senseless I've seen in recent times. So you have mentioned the right names. I still feel that Amunike, I don't think Finidi yet, and I'll tell you why. Because Finidi was just very recent.
And he hasn't had
And
much national
It is
team
it is
experience.
still maybe a couple of those same set of players. I heard a lot that they said happened in camp. And if these guys up there want to bring someone afresh,
He never even supported his own.
you get. So I feel
There's going to be lots
Amunike,
of
yeah,
fracas.
yeah, Amunike, or even a Samson Siase, I won't mind. I think Amunike and Siase are better than Richel, tactically, based on what they've done.
I believe for Siasia especially, yes, Siasia is better than Eric Shell. Shell tried in Mali. It's kind of the
And
same
that's the
thing.
mistake some people
Yes.
make. I may do well with
I still think- see, I
West
think-
Brom doesn't mean I'll do well.
I still
in
think
United.
Shell. I still think Shell is not even that bad of a coach. I still think that he's probably still fighting.
He's not pragmatic.
I think he's fighting. He's trying to pleased too many masters.
But it's not pragmatic.
I think the same thing. Gennaro pleased so many masters. I became like a Nigerian, and then he now stepped on toes as well. Same thing.
That's like
with,
we said. The Raw was not sacked for football because Gennaro said do paro with Super.
Same thing with.
But it was sacked.
Same thing with Bezeiro as well. I think Shell too is playing the politics, but he's trying to balance both equations at the same time.
Just at the table of the NF.
So this is it.
So the problem
If we have the right people at the helms of affair, and then they say, guy, go there
Whatever happens to with you.
and do a good job. What do you need to succeed? Either it's Samson Siasia or Emmanuel Amunike. What do you need to succeed? This is what you need. Bring it. And then they put it out there. It is enforced. They read out a riot act. Players must be in camp.
See, I don't even think we should retire any of these
So,
players yet. But they should not be in the starting 11.
Yeah, if it is done, what will...
Don't call them.
No,
For example, if you say, okay, if you don't call Trustekong, I'm not saying... People try to make you look at when you say some players are not needed anymore. They now start reading their career for you. That's the problem. That's what killed Spain in 2014. And immediately after that, they went back to their senses.
I think almost all national teams...
What you there, if he let you second, everything he has done. Yes, everything he has done was the best player at the last second. It doesn't mean he should die with the national team.
I think most national teams...
is not all that. But in the national team, he'll be used for Super Eagles.
I think most...
Ben Fredericks.
Most national teams, men and women's football, the moment you have become surplus to requirement and the moment that you're going to be on the bench, you're retired. Mananoya, Thomas Muller,
England don't send you.
You see, all national teams. Antoine Griezmann, I'm sure that was the thing. They probably told him that if you don't want to chop, in fact, from appointing Kylian Mbappe as the captain, that was the first message.
That's what Portugal did to the Figo generation as well.
Giroud immediately followed Lloris and Griezmann still stayed. Griezmann later said, Omo,
time is ready for me to move.
He left. So,
see how all these teams...
The warning sign is on Mike Magnon.
Yeah,
with the Chevalier agenda.
Yeah, see how all these countries are doing. We need to wrap up. See, it is special. And I said, we have to take all of this time on the Super League because I'm not doing this again from the next edition. Even the next international break. I think we'll just...
International break, we are probably just going to mention.
Yeah, we'll gloss over it. We are not coming back to this headache. His head aching, his heart aching.
And it's emotional and it's financial now.
Yes.
And it's financial.
Yeah. So, a lot of stakeholders, all of us, will miss out. Because the Super Eagles will not be at the World Cup. Because if you are also a brand, an international brand, the Super Eagles are not going to the World Cup. Ghana are going to the World Cup. South Africa are going to the World Cup. You rather take it there. Except just
Cameroon might.
Yes, except just for... Yeah, Cape Verde.
Cape Verde is going to the World Cup if they win one match.
Yeah, except maybe there are just some who will say, no, let's just push. But how do you want to do activation?
What about accreditation?
Yeah, how do you want to do activation for Nigerians at a World Cup that Nigeria will not be a part of? What they will just maybe happen is, oh, you support this club. There's this player from this club that this is the country. It's sickening and sad.
What about media accreditation?
Yeah, a final one. The nonsensical write-up from the media office or communication department of the Nigerian Football Federation. Someone ought to have been fired. The fact that somebody has not been fired means that whatever the Secretary General came out to say was damage control. If not, fire whosoever wrote it.
Ademola Alajiri is well respected, but he's probably been there for too long.
Is he truly well respected?
Yeah, he is.
Because he's the one director of communication. Nothing goes without him.
Yeah.
I think people are respecting his office.
Yeah, that's the thing. So even if you don't respect it, and you respect it, and the thing is, like Kingsley mentioned earlier, there has to be how many years do you have to? I don't think the man has been there before I started this job.
But yes.
There for too long.
There are lots of people who are working for the NFF. There are a lot of people who are working for the NFF that don't base in Nigeria.
The only man that I have no problem with that, there's nothing we can do about is Sanusi. Is a federal government employee. Any other person in it.
But even if it's a federal government employee,
there's nothing you can do. That one is
so it's basically like
that one is a permanent
so it's a civil servant.
So civil servant, so there's nothing you can do to him. But for that kind of message coming, and it's not the first.
But then he should be
Same
reassigned
thing
to a
was
different role.
Same thing was
He
done.
should be reassigned to a different role.
Chan Eagles, we did it to Leonard Ngenge.
So you have to single out Desas. Subtly talk about
Desas that was not even at fault.
Someone said that thing felt like a blog, not an official communication.
Desas that was not even like.
Let's wrap up.
How you picked
I feel,
Desas.
yeah, I feel that this might just be the show if we continue. So let's wrap up because we have to touch on, some other happenings. We'll do a break. Yeah, we're done with the Super Eagles for a long while. After the break, we'll talk European club football. Yeah, this weekend, the Manchester Derby. And then we'll go to our hot gists, which will be on the UEFA Champions League. We'll be back. Wow, I have to sit up, guys. Yeah, let me sit up. Welcome back. I'm done with the Super Eagles. I was so laid back because it was heartbreaking. Now, let's talk European football. This Euro Focus. Premium Sport, PBO TV, Amazing Kingsley, Josh Ikeokoli, Boluwa Titoni Shola Omoni is also here. Guys, let's just let me look at league games across board. I'm looking at the French Ligue 1. Lille Toulouse, PSG Lens.
That's the prediction.
Lille Toulouse, Nice Nantes. Marseille, Lorient. Yeah, nothing really there. Let's go to the Bundesliga. Leverkusen, Frankfurt. Maybe one would love to see it because of their new coach. Leverkusen have brought in Julman, this former Danish coach who I loved, their game. He also used to this back three. So I think I'd like to see that one.
Even though I really felt
history.
Yeah, Bayern and
I really felt it was too early for.
I don't care. I actually do not care.
But I mean, everything they said, it's not early.
But I mean,
going to destroy that club.
But I mean, I'm happy because
Just how do you have problem with people you brought?
I didn't win.
Okay, now let's look at the La Liga also.
The next person,
Barcelona, Valencia, Atletico Madrid, Villarreal, Sociedad, Real Madrid. Sevilla, Elche. Those are games that I could look at. I think the biggest game in the Serie A is Juventus, Inter Milan, Derby d'Italia. Good one right there. Juventus, Inter Milan.
Fiorentina, Napoli.
No, both teams.
Milan, Bologna.
Milan, Bologna. But I think Juventus, Inter Milan. Both teams have started well.
No, Juve have started. Inter lost their second game.
Never scoring first at home.
Oh, true. But they look like a team.
First game 5-0.
Yeah, they look like a team that can beat Juventus away from.
Of course, obviously, Inter Milan is the team that anytime any day can beat
Juve. Beat them home
away from.
last season.
Yeah, no, there was. I think draws. Draws 4-4. 4-4. Yeah, it was draws.
Their game in the last 2 seasons. Yeah.
Always
one team win 1-0.
Yes. 1-0. Score draws 4-4, 3-3, 2-2. It's always Inter Milan is a team that anytime, any day, even if they are in a terrible form, when they see Juve, they wake up. So it's a game that can go any way. And 4-4, 2-2. When Conte was invincible, it was Inter Milan that exit. When Inter were invincible, it was Juve that exit. So this is the Derby Italia for a reason. The two most successful clubs, Serie A based, and in fact on home base.
Just like last season, they started low-key. You won't pay attention to them.
Juve started better last season. This season is low-key. So which is why
it's still about
last season was 3-0 in the first 2 games. And I was like, okay. And then Bremen had an injury and then problems. But this season, it seems Juve has sorted it out defensively, which has always been Juve's forte. And offensively, there's been problems. And Vlahovic, who had been misfiring, they now put him on the bench. He's coming off the bench.
Yeah, there's Jonathan David also.
Vlahovic is now scoring off the bench. David is Zegrova. They bought Openda. So, I mean, I'm not impressed with what they did. Some of the transfer moves they did. I don't know why they didn't get Kolo Muani, who helped Juve last season.
Just because Muani wants to stay.
He wanted to stay, but there was an issue with he and PSG, Juve and PSG. It was not a Kolomani situation. It was a Juve.
So
PSG.
where's Kolomani now?
Spurs.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, not to Spurs.
PSG issue. Fee. I personally think have been agreed since the club.
I think Kolomani will start at Spurs.
Definitely.
He's better than Sri Lanka and Richarlison.
Definitely. So Kolomani agreed personally. In fact, he would just come. Kolomani was okay. It was a club. And Spurs, of course, Premier League money.
So who are you giving it to? Juve Inter?
I think for me it's a good.
Okay, there's even no point. You guys should put it in your. You put it in your premium banker. So let's go to England. There's Arsenal, Nottingham Forest. I think the only conversation will be Nuno out, Postecoglou in. Maybe if a lot of persons were looking at this match to be a low scoring game, it should be high scoring now because and Postecoglou
has come to win a trophy in the second.
will play his highlight. Which other game here? Newcastle Wolves. Newcastle, they've not won a game yet this season. But Voltemada and Juan Visa leading the attack for them now. Maybe they should be able to beat Wolves.
Coming up from having an emotional international break for DR Congo and Germany.
Yeah, they should beat Wolves.
Points, yeah.
There's Brentford, Chelsea.
London,
Yeah.
And remember before Chelsea beat them last season, they were on about 5 games unbeaten against Chelsea, and always 2-0. So it's not Chelsea. They started well. Brentford have started poorly, but in derby matches, I've seen derby that the team that started well are the ones that lose at the end of it. And because it's a way for Chelsea, this can be tricky.
Tricky for Chelsea. Okay.
Especially with the
Now
Champions League.
there's no wizard. You don't know who to pin down. There's no guide as well.
Exactly. Especially with the Champions League
Ouattara
against Bayern.
Ouattara,
As
Thiago,
a Jackson derby.
not really doing badly. Burnley, Liverpool. Can Burnley keep out the Reds with their firepower?
I don't think
Salah,
so.
Gakpo, Ekitike, Ishak. But
They
Burnley
might
have a
not
way
be-
of keeping
Burnley
it
can
tight.
defend well. Although
There
they
might
don't
not
go
be
for
too
Premier
many
League.
goals, but if you can't beat this Man United, I mean, Liverpool would win.
What if the Man United were just like?
If you can't beat Man United now, is it
They
Liverpool?
were unlucky against United. What if they are lucky against Liverpool?
No, they
Okay.
can't be lucky.
Well, they played United at Old Trafford.
They can't be.
They are
lucky
tough
against
more.
Liverpool.
Okay.
It's not Man. If it's Man City, if it's United, maybe.
Okay.
No, not-
City,
No,
Man
let's
United.
see. Let's
Injuries to City. So but I have a feeling that over half of these players that we are hearing might be out injured will play.
They will play.
John Stones,
But Mamouche is
Kuzanov, no, Mamouche is out. Kovacic,
We also Mamouche.
Kovacic, Foden, Savinho. I have a feeling all of them will be part of the Magic squad. But you look at it.
Has not scored in 4 Manchester derbies.
Who?
In fact, Haaland.
Okay.
In fact, United's last 2 games at Etihad, they won 2-1.
2-1.
Haaland is coming off.
Should we captain Haaland?
5 goals and
Yeah.
2 assists. May I go captain him?
Captain Alan.
If they
Okay.
lie, they should look
I
for
think
him.
I believe Holland will still find a way to score, but I still think that this United and this Amorim are tailor-made for this type of games.
And they.
Then
So,
to
this type of
brainwash
game.
everyone
Yes,
again, we are back,
yes.
they lose the next
This
game.
type
so
of
who do you give it to?
At United.
United to beat City at the Etihad. How about you?
Josh, yeah, you don't take something. But me, I think I'm just going for both teams to score.
Both teams to
I don't
score.
know.
Okay.
2 of them are useless.
I think
even though these are the games that I don't put on my list.
I think it will end in a draw. And that's why I don't think I'm going to captain Alan. I'd rather captain Salah away at Burnley to score one late penalty.
Or maybe just captain Chris Wood against
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
No.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going
New
to.
manager.
When we get to fantasy, I'm going to talk about that. I think let's just switch. Let's go to FPL. Okay, maybe we'll do a break. We'll come back, do the UEFA Champions League, FPL, and then these guys will make us make some money. We'll be back. Welcome back, guys. Yes, we've hit home stretch, Premium Sports, PBO TV. Let's do fantasy. Then, maybe we should do our hot gist first, so that we can end with fantasy and these guys will make us make money. Guys, hot gist. No better place to go than the UEFA Champions League. It's back. The champions, and we'll just pick a few games.
Some people close, don't go hear that.
Yeah. Josh should
I
be.
did not mention
Josh
that.
ought to have been worked out.
Well,
yes,
and
just-
Can you excuse us
my
for this segment?
my 2 clubs are playing derbies this weekend, so I mean, you know, I still have vested interest.
Arsenal travel to Atletico Madrid. Athletic
Athletic
Bilbao.
Bilbao,
That game they can win.
This with
Zubimendi is going back to the Basque side.
with the fact that there are some backs beef as well. Zubimendi, Merino against
yeah,
their
Merino,
City
yeah.
rivals. Arteta too against the City rivals.
Yeah, it's a Sociedad boy.
Arsenal are on final cylinders. I mean, they lost to Liverpool. It's 1-0, a free kick. So it's not like you are disgraced. It's respectable.
It's going to be hard
So-
to make calls for Champions League now because of the weekend game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some teams want
Yes.
coming back for international break is always hard on big clubs.
Yes.
Then the fact that
Can pick
it's
up.
Champions League, so some of them don't
Might
know what they'll come up with.
come
This
up
Yeah.
with this
Yeah.
because
weekend.
True
they
that.
don't want to lose match they want.
Yeah. You
They
can.
don't want to
Because I feel that a lot of the big teams who maybe did not start well last season, this season
Oh,
will
you
want to
start-
start
yeah.
well so that they
Yeah.
can finish in the top 8.
Yes.
But I'm looking
I
at.
think Arsenal will lose away to
Okay.
I think the team that will
Salah,
most likely have a problem in Champions League is most likely Juve because you're playing Inter Milan and you're playing Dortmund.
Dortmund. Okay.
Champions
Bayern, Chelsea.
Jackson Derby.
Bayern Chelsea seems more or less like a Bayern case, but I mean, when Chelsea's backed against the wall, against this same Bayern in this same stadium Champions League final, PSG in the Club World Cup final. Chelsea is a team that I'm not going to sleep on this season. I have after that 3-0 against PSG, I will never
surprised. Okay.
Chelsea.
Liverpool, Atletico Madrid.
That's another exciting game.
Yeah.
But Atletico started poorly.
They've been terrible.
Even though Atletico always knows how to play.
And that's how we're going.
Against
Liverpool, on the other hand, they've been struggling. They have 9 points in the Premier League, but there's no game you can say Liverpool. I'm laughing at people when they say they'll kill us. No, they didn't kill us. They won. They got 3 points deservedly. That free kick should win any competition. But based on the performance itself, they were not superb. Against Bournemouth,
they were winning a Bournemouth 2-0.
2-0. Bournemouth came back. Newcastle were a man down.
And they came back from 2-0.
2 goals. They needed a free kick goal from an unknown player, in quote, a young player who came out of the Blues to score. They've not been convincing. Atletico have been back. But Atletico have kind of grown into Champions League. They find ways to turn around.
Looks like an unconvincing derby.
So it's exactly it's a game where, but because it's at the Anfield.
Oh yeah.
And because Liverpool, even if Liverpool might be poor, even if they concede, they will score.
The noise, okay. Surprisingly, this match the one will happen Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And Thursday play. You have City Napoli. Looks like a tantalizing game. Pep Guardiola against Antonio Conte. 2 conflicting styles of football. That should be an exciting one. There's also
and I think when Conte was in Italy, was in England, he really dealt with.
Yeah, there's also Newcastle Barcelona.
Yeah,
Newcastle Barcelona. It's going to be an exciting one. Yeah, but Votemada.
Well, if you saw
Wisa,
I don't know whether coaches don't do their assignment. If I was a coach and I'm playing against Barcelona, I needed to just watch what Vallecano did last week.
Simple.
Those guys created.
Simple.
If you remember what Barcelona used to do when Alves was there, keep Alves offside, send the pass, Messi runs, and that's what Vallecano did against last week. I have a player offside, the guy will be sleeping there. They think they've kept highlight, just send the ball above the defense, then the guy will run behind. That's how to.
When Newcastle were last in Champions League, I think they won PSG 4-1.
Yeah.
So I think it's something they can still do.
You can pull it off and beat a Barcelona. They'll need one of those nights.
They'll need one of those nights.
Okay. All right. Guys, let's go. Fantasy. Real Madrid play Marseille. I don't think it's a big deal.
The first Champions League winner and
I picked top games.
And the best Champions League.
Real Madrid Marseille is a walkover.
It's
this guy was playing against Madrid.
A team that got Greenwood. A team that got 0 points in the league.
You have a phone like that.
Don't mind.
Okay, I think the only thing that we might agree to Bolu is that Marseille are a Champions League winner, a former Champions League
winner.
One
thing Arsenal can relate with.
Okay, as I was to do the fantasy FPL, top transfers in right now. I'm having this show. I don't know how people have all this. Grealish, yeah, he has 4 assists. He's the top. He's almost 1 million. Like 1 million people have brought him in.
And this is his birthday week. So
Semenyo. Everton play Aston Villa. Aston Villa have been poor. Okay, I think I understand.
Yes.
Semenyo also. There's Enzo Fernandez for Chelsea.
Chris Wood. West Ham have been poor. I can't take Chris.
I bought Chris Wood and sold Bowen.
Was it last week or 2 weeks?
Bowen scored, had 3 points. Chris Wood blanked.
I can't take Chris Wood for victory. Haaland scored. Chris Wood, before that game was goalless until
85th minute.
And they lost 3-0.
I was looking.
In fact, it crashed my team because I had Woods, I had Sales.
85th minute.
So as at the 80th minute, Sales had 7 points. I now had 7 points, 6 points. So I was looking at clean sheets.
And in the 85th minute, it was not like West Ham were playing better. Nottingham Forest were better.
That's why this week I'm using my what do they call it? Not free hits. Wild card.
No, my wild card is always in December.
No, because we're having 2.
And the new one will come in January, so I'm always my wild card in December.
Mostly double game weeks are the time to use wild card.
I can use my free hit by then.
First,
no, my off free is always during that weekend where FA Cup and Premier League will go side by side.
That's next year. That's next year. I have another one next year.
No, free is it 2 that
yeah, they're giving all the chips. Yes,
all the chips too.
2.
I will use double captain.
2.
Triple captain.
Yes, 2. Yeah, yes.
Triple captain is why did I read that thing?
Yeah, 2. Yeah,
everything at December will be the first one.
No,
nice one.
I think I'm going to because I don't like. I tell you why I want to use it. I have Adingra.
I always triple captain at the start of the season.
He's not starting. Adingra is not starting these days.
because Holland always scores 2 goals.
Adingra is not starting.
No ma. See, when Bruno scored the hat-trick against I triple captain, Salah I triple captain. See, start of season I always.
Wow, I think that's a good one. So I want to tweak my team and have all starters because some of my players I'm noticing that managers are no longer starting them. Thomas Frank is no longer. There's Johnson. There's because now they brought in Kolo Muani, means more competition. There's Xabi Simons. Adingra.
Yeah, Poro.
Me, the spot player I want to even buy is Kudus. I think he will start.
So
that's why I'm overhauling my team, and then I'm dropping Wood and
I'm not dropping Wood. Wood will score this weekend.
I'm dropping Wood and Watkins.
I'm not dropping Holland though.
I'm dropping Wood. I'm
Salah is the next person that is.
I'm dropping Wood and Watkins. I want to buy.
I never signed Watkins.
What's his name? I'm getting
Gyökeres
Wissa and
Ishak.
Mateta.
Salah is the
No,
next
I had Mateta
person.
from beginning. He
Yeah.
did score to you last week, but
Yeah, I'm
Salah is the
having
next person that's leaving my team.
if I sell
He's
Salah,
next person
I will
on my
probably.
I'm not buying him
If
back.
Woods doesn't
I'm not
do
buying him
anything,
back.
and what will
Because
force me to sign Salah, sell Salah is because I will sign Gyökeres.
the reason I'm going to sell Salah is because if he does not do this performer, if he does not perform
I will
well,
wait till maybe November. If I sell Salah now, till
I'm going to
November.
sell him now, so I'm going to use that and fortify my team, expecting that he's also going to be out for the AFCON because he's going to be out for the AFCON.
Yeah, that's what I was
So-
saying. I was signing him in November.
so
Then sell him for
I'm
Africa.
going to, the moment I'm selling
Because he
him,
will score goals.
if I'm going
before
to bring him, this Salah run that we are seeing, it might be that this might
Or
be his
January
barren
or February.
season. That it is now after he comes back from AFCON. So I'll observe him 1, 2, 3 weeks. If Salah still does what he's done, his money is too much.
I'd rather even
for what
get a
he's
Cody
doing.
Gakpo.
Yes,
He's getting me-
His
I
money
have
is too
Gakpo
much
too.
for his
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
I have my
numbers.
sides. I have Gakpo too.
Why are we having Haaland 40 million and he's not scoring?
And
hat-trick
why
every
and
week?
you're not scoring every week?
So I
He
think
scored every week.
I overall my team. The highest top transfers in Ishak is also the people have gone to go and buy
I'm
Ishak.
not buying this.
And then Jao Pedro. Jao Pedro is understandable because he's doing well.
Pedro.
Top transfers out. Palmer, yeah, he's
Some of them
injured.
will fly this weekend.
Cunha out. Wood, people have sold Wood. Saliba, the knock. Watkins. I'm not surprised. Watkins. Aston Villa have been piss poor. And I think maybe I might not do my overhauling again. I might just be patient because Aston Villa have brought in some kind of players. Harvey Elliott and co. These are the kind of games that you think Everton would
Oh,
beat
yeah.
them and then they surprise
All those
Everton.
guys sign Grealish will cry.
No, but
Okay.
if you have Grealish, I think because Grealish wasn't
Alright.
that expensive, it's someone that can still
Let's
compete clean for you.
let's wrap up. Who are you captaining this week? Haaland?
I'm thinking I'm caught between Haaland, Salah, and Woods.
If I sell Woods for Wissa or Mateta, I'm captaining one of them.
Wissa is not starting. Okay. Wait, who is Crystal Palace playing?
Crystal Palace are playing. Let me confirm. Crystal Palace.
Consider maybe Mateta as well.
Crystal Palace will play. I think that they also have a good fixture. That's why I
I'm
considered.
captaining one of my forwards.
Yeah, that's why I considered
Salah.
Mateta. Crystal Palace are playing Sunderland.
Mateta. Who is that? Sell us back.
Yeah.
Mateta.
I'm going to check who my Arsenal
I mean, be Mateta.
frontman is. I know I have an Arsenal frontman,
If
but
it's not Gyökeres,
it's between
what's wrong
Holland. No, I mean like my flank player. I don't
Oh.
have Gyökeres. It's between Holland, Bruno, or my Arsenal frontman because
Is it the moon I want to collect red this weekend?
he's not going to collect. He's going to score a penalty.
So I'm scared of dropping 8
And
points.
probably an assist.
That's why I want to do the overhauling and use my wild card. I don't want to drop points because normally I want to sell Woods and Watkins for Wissa.
I have one free,
And
I have one
Mateta.
free
I
transfer.
wish I need Shaq out. If I bring some of them, I wait maybe like a week or two. And they settle in that team.
Into the team. I feel that Wissa starts against a Wolves poor defense.
I
You
don't
get
know
the
who
goal.
would- the man at PT actually is an slot. They wanted only one. Now he's got two of them.
But
He's
that's
now
a good
caught
thing.
between which good thing?
I thought he wanted both players.
Okay.
Okay, we'll have this conversation next week, guys. We have to go. Okay, thank you, guys. What a show! Yeah, don't worry. Next week we are talking only club football, and then we'll bring back our news beats. Yeah, because of the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the last edition, we have not done that. Thank you, Bolu. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Elijah and Gabriel behind the cameras. I still remain the amazing Kingsley. Have a fabulous week. Bye bye.
Premium Box Office TV. Everyone loves premium. Premium Box Office TV is exclusive on StarTimes.